Why is it that many political leaders in Cameroon are so much interested in Sisiku Ayuk Tabe Julius, an Ambazonia leader who was sentenced by the government of Cameroon, life imprisonment, and he is currently in the Kondenge prison in Yaoundé? Why is it that they are so much interested? Recently, a political group visited him in prison, and after that visit, the government of Cameroon reacted in a way I know that there is something wrong somewhere, because immediately after the visit, the government of Cameroon banned the political group and called an illegal and clandestine political group, and that they have no right to operate anywhere in Cameroon. And from what we heard, and from what we have been hearing from social media, from TV station in Cameroon, is that the Cameroonian government has labeled two political groups. That is the Political Alliance for Change, APC, and the Alliance for Political Transition in Cameroon, ATAP. They consider them illegal because they visited Sisiku Ayuk Julius in prison. And then they say what came out is that they went there negotiating of how they can form a political alliance in order to take power from President Paul Biya. And I believe that is where the government came in, because the highest thing all these arrogant ministers and arrogant politicians and elite in Cameroon are afraid of is another political party taking over after President Paul Biya, because they don't know where they will be. And that is why they are afraid. But my own issue here today is not talking about that one. I am talking, why are they so much interested in Sisiku Ayuk Tabe? Because there are many political leaders like Cho Ayaba, Chris Ano, Sako, and many others. But we keep on hearing political parties, in political groups in Cameroon visiting and talking with Sisiku Ayuk Jr. This is because this man is a politician. This Sisiku Ayuk, to me, was born a leader. You quite remember, before he was arrested, he was already negotiating for the violence in southern Cameroon to end, for the Ambazonia fighter to withdraw. And that is why many Ambazonia who wanted the violence were split from him to form other political Ambazonia group. Because he saw at that early stage that the violence way, there is no way they will achieve independence by fighting. And he was already negotiating on how to stop that. And many political leaders in Cameroon were aware of it. And even while in prison, he had been sending out communicate with some reasonable point in it. And those political leaders are reading through it. And then the next issue is when you look at those visiting him, Kanto, Jean-Michel Ninche, you discover that these are people that understood how to take over power from the CPDM. It is not by voting. I keep on saying it. You cannot, no opposition party in Cameroon can take power from the CPDM through voting. I keep on saying that the only way we can change and stop this corrupt system, a political system in Cameroon, if the military can take over and build up Cameroon and structure a lot of things and correct a lot of things before handing over to civilians, it will be okay. But if they cannot do it, civilian can do it, like Jean-Michel Ninke. They can do it. Politician can do it. If you or it is not, the only way is through violence. I'm talking about peaceful violence. There are peaceful violence. They are all Cameroonians. That something happened there, all Cameroonians all over in any village will stand up at the same time against the CPDM. They will. And this, I believe these are the things that these people want to. They want to understand from Sisiku Ayuk how he or the Amazonia did it in 2017 to resist and fight the government of President Bobia up to this point. I believe that is one of the issues. Bringing Sisiku Ayuk or the Amazonia into their alliance will help them a lot. Kanto started with this issue of anti-Sardina in Europe. If that anti-Sardina were in, if they have them in Cameroon, Mbia will not stay in power for up to a year. He will resign by himself. And these are the kind of things these people want to put in place. And that is the only way the power can be taken away from the CPDM. Just look at what they did. They just went for the VC. Look at the reaction of the government. They consider the group illegals. This man formed that group. That group had been existing. Immediately he was dismissed from the Social Democratic Front. He was dismissed, and then he formed this group, Political Alliance for Change, APC. It was not considered illegal. He had been doing a little activities all around. But suddenly, the group, they consider it illegal. And the Minister of Territorial Administration, Atanganji, say they have no right to carry on, organize anything all over Cameroon. And it is terrible. This is where we are. And then I keep on saying, what can we do? The only thing we can do, if we all have one spirit. I know one issue we are afraid of is that the military will fight us. But if you look at the way the government of Cameroon have been operating, if the people in Bamenda stand up, they will send military from Babusan to come to Bamenda in order to as backup. But if Bamenda is up, Babusan is up, all over, they will not have any backup, and the military will surrender. That is the only strategy. But Cameroonians can never, because amongst us we have betrayers. Amongst us we have people who have been bought, and that is the whole issue. And the CPDM will remain in power, and not me alone will suffer. Not only my family will suffer. We all will be in it. I am in support of these people. I am strongly in support because this is the only way. No matter whatsoever you will do, everything in Cameroon is in the hands of the CPDM. Election Cameroon, Elecam, they are the one appointing the directors. They are the one choosing who will work at the police station. They are the one voting and deciding who are those to count the vote. So there is nothing you can do. The Constitutional Council, they are the one appointing them, and they have the power to dismiss them. So through election we can never. Through election it is very, very difficult, except that they would do election in Cameroon and publish it from each police station in the presence of all the voters. And then that announcement will be considered as the result of it, not going back to the Constitutional Council. Because if it goes there, we will have a different result in favor of the CPDM. So I am supporting Jean-Michel Ninkush. I am supporting whatsoever they are building behind, because it will help Cameroon to be liberated from the hands